Well, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has plenty of fans in Australia, but you're about to hear from some angry Kiwis who aren't among them. Locked out and stranded over here, they're calling on their PM to show some compassion, and they're taking her government to court.
When you say those words, we can't go home, what do they sound like to you?
I feel a bit lost, actually, a bit of an alien to our own country.
This is how we're living. Boxes, boxes, boxes.
All packed up with nowhere to go.
Yeah, we've just been living with the bare basics and surrounded by boxes.
Grounded Kiwis across Australia barred from entering New Zealand by their own government.
We're like the Black Plague on the outside, trying to get back in.
All thanks to a Prime Minister hell-bent on keeping COVID out.
The best thing we can do is act preventively.
Forcing her fellow Kiwis to enter a bizarre human online lottery.
This is it, the Hunger Games goes on.
It is, it's like what you see on the TV as far as numbers all jumbled up and a ball comes out and that's your number.
Hello, what numbers are we going to draw this time? Wait for it.
The land of the long white cloud might be just over the horizon, but thousands of Kiwis feel like they're trying to enter North Korea.
That's right. I think even North Koreans can come home if they manage to get out of the country.
The tough stance, labelled draconian by many, has triggered unprecedented legal action.
It's important that this issue is tested.
And punctured Jacinda Ardern's popularity.
She started off brilliantly, but the rest, I think, even she'd have to admit, has been seriously regrettable.
And I got to admit, we're getting a bit over actually being in this restricted space.
Ashley and Kerry have been cooped up in this caravan in regional Western Australia for the past 6 months.
It's lucky the wife and I get on very well after 46 years of marriage. Otherwise, it'd get even more stressful, I'd say.
They came here for a holiday but were left stranded when New Zealand closed the border because of the COVID threat.
Jacinda, would you like to actually have to do this and be stuck here, separated from your our 9 grandchildren, you know, and our family?
Ash and Kerry are among the many Kiwis forced to enter an online lottery to win one of the coveted 4,500 spots in government-run quarantine hotels called MIQ.
We're waiting for our number to come up in the illegal lottery. I've had to get up at like 5 or 4 in the morning so I could actually enter the lottery, even though I knew in my own mind we would fail. So the chances of getting a room are 0 once again.
But last month, New Zealand stopped the weekly lottery system altogether. No one, especially Mareta and Sio, have any idea when a new prized bunch of quarantine spots will be offered up next.
In essence, they said there'll be an announcement in late February. They're not going to announce you can come.
90% of Kiwis are vaccinated. Currently, there are just 8 people with the virus in New Zealand hospitals.
Not only that, we've been double vaccinated and boosted.
Yeah, we've had the 3.
Both of us, you know. So what risk are we?
Going to work.
Pregnant Kiwi journalist Charlotte Bellis, who is based in Kabul, turned to the Taliban for help after the New Zealand government denied her re-entry.
And then it's really kind of taken away from the joy of it. It's like I feel like I'm in survival mode. Like,
the blowback saw the New Zealand government grant Bellis an emergency MIQ spot last night.
The Taliban are supposed to be evil maniacs, and they were more empathetic to her position than this government.
Kiwi businessman Murray Bolton also rattled a few cages to be allowed to return home from the US.
It took me quite a lot of money to really spend on the research, and then I had to go to court. But
few Kiwis have Murray's deep pockets or the PR pull of journalist Charlotte Bellis.
Minister of Health.
Lawyer Alexandra Burt is spearheading a legal challenge against the government on behalf of thousands of grounded Kiwis.
So we are alleging that the way that they have operated the system amounts to a breach of the Bill of Rights Act.
Former Deputy PM Winston Peters slams Miss Ardern's COVID performance.
So all those things are being shown now as to whether or not the Emperor in this case has long-term got any real clothes.
That's a big statement, Winston.
The fact is, day after day, there are too many obvious areas where there is demonstrable, palpable failure.
The latest poll saw the Labour leader's approval rating plummet to just 35%, the lowest level since taking office in 2017. And the under fire PM shouldn't expect any love at the next election from the thousands of grounded Kiwis when or if they finally do fly home.
Well, I'm not sure, but it wouldn't be Jacinda.
Definitely not Jacinda.
Here we go. Oh, and we haven't got a show once again. 8,063. What a load of bollocks. I might as well go back to bed.